At the 15-yard line.
At their own 15-yard line.
Set, 15, run, 15 now. Protein still, a alpha. Check 1, 3. Sneak them.
After the turnover, here's Lott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Devin White, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The Texans send the punter out. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. taken in at the 22. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. One interception. It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Safety's creeping. Can go. Safety's the mark. Who that?
On first and 10, it's Jackson. And he spots Henderson open left side. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. And Jackson throwing once more. And that is incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
They'll try and throw for him with Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this Texans defense stands tall. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here, fourth down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
First quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
He's checking.
From the 17, Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement, because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
Let's see if they do that. Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here.
Let's go, let's go.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10.
Ricky. Check safety. Flat. Kill.
Topper. Ready, go.
From midfield, here's Locke. His throw incomplete. They were searching for the tight end, Darren Fells. And it's 2nd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
On 2nd down, here's Miller.
It's run.
Past the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And he's going to wind up getting this all the way down to the Buccaneers' 15. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Miller. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Right, didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On 2nd and 11 now. Locke escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete here.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check 45. Check 45.
Squeeze.
Style defense.
Greystone travel.
Switch. Watch the twist. Hey, switch gears.
Shoot.
Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Pilot, 64, wait.
They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And that makes the score 7-0. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Mike's 50.
Quarterback, don't get nervous.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The former number 1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. 2nd down, it's Henderson. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Jackson looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Now it's Miller running right. And the Buccaneer defense for the 2nd straight play, flexing its muscle by forcing a loss. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke going deep. He's got a man, complete. A gain of 37.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them, not just a matter of laying the ball.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. He has been interception-prone here in his rookie season. How patient can they be with him?
That is the key question, isn't it? A lot of it depends on the head coach, what type of defense you have, and just a general understanding of the makeup of him. But the bottom line is you posed a great question. Are they at the stage where they've run out of patience and now they get to demand production? Or do you continue to stay with him this way?
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. To throw is Jackson, and an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Apart from Kyler Murray, not too many mobile QBs in this year's rookie class, but some good scrambling there to get the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Jackson. Keeps himself upright. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jadeveon Clowney with sack number 23 on the year, breaking Michael Strahan's mark of 22.5. Congratulations. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling?
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early.
You are so correct. And what the team and organization is hoping, we're going to see these woes now, but later when we're helping him with his Hall of Fame speech, we'll remember his rookie year and how things began.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally marked down at the 23. 23 yards on the play.
And with the Buccaneers' new coaching staff, you have to figure they're going to want to use O.J. Howard a little bit more this season. 34 catches, 565 yards last year, but that was in only 10 games. 6'6", 251, and can run. Find a way to get him the ball as they just did there.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10, marking down at the 9. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Jackson from the shotgun. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Whitney merciless in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Bucs have taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown
What
there.
are you looking forward?
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Man up, D. Man up, D.
Now the backup, A.J. McCarron. And the pressure gets to him again. McCarron following the sack. He leads his guys up on 3rd and long. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Hey, check.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Jackson to throw again. Flushed out right. He finds his tight end Howard. That's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, go.
Max 50. Over.
Pick me up. Here we go.
Hey, 50.
Jackson on first down. That is caught inside the 5. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Gay's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Short kick. One of the up men will take it now. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Again, it's Miller. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or are asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
After the penalty, it's Miller. Finding room at the 30. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. And that's about the easiest decline call you'll ever have right there.
Well, it leads me to one of my pet peeves, and maybe peeves is too strong of a word, but if you're going to jump off sides, finish the play. Make sure the play ends. Don't jump off sides and stop, because you see the net result here. If you go ahead and finish the play, you don't give up that type of yardage.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
To throw, it's McCarron. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Fuller. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
Jackson now. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. Eluding the pressure right. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
McCarron from the gun on 3rd. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Shedding the tackle. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I'm going back to you.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He finds an opening past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Evans has it left side. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
At the 46-yard line.
Watch the run, watch the run.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, he's going to loft one deep left side. It's caught at the 10. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans. His 14th touchdown now on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now, these guys are shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to...
Touchdown, Houston! Lamar Miller, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are back within a single score. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. You got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On second down now, it's Henderson. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. One quarter remains here in Week 16. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. To throw on third down, Jackson, and an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Jackson steps away to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch the splat. Watch the splat. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3. Hey, Mike 50. Mike 50.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Play action. Now Jackson. Oh, no, he lost the football. But it looks like a Buccaneer was able to corral it. Yes, the Bucs have it. Tampa Bay keeps the possession.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I like the strategy. extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now here's McCarron on third. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a fourth pick of the game. And now fourth down. The Texans send the punter out. He's been terrific so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And it's taken in at the 9. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more
under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Whitney merciless, racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is...
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Here we go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From the 35 on 2nd down. McCarron, and he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 12 yards there and a first down. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Going deep for Hopkins. That's going to be caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive.
And he's going to have to eat complete this one as down he goes. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Hey, check. Mike 50, Mike 50. Here we go, D. Mike 50, Mike 50. You can't block me.
Jackson buying time to his left. Oh, he's thinking end zone for Evans. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans, 59 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
50's the Mike. 50's the Mike.
Bravo.
Got the screen. Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50.
On 1st and 10, here's A.J. McCarron. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. A.J. McCarron looking to throw. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Again, they'll throw it with A.J. McCarron. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. To throw is McCarron. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. They're going for it. It's McCarron. Quick hitch, complete. It's Fuller. And he will be brought down well shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Up to make the stop, the Texans' leading tackler a year ago, Zach Cunningham.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 9-yard line.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They run once more with Henderson. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going.
You only get so many firsts in life, Lisa, and this bite of Wingstop is one of them. This is where lemon and pepper get a buttery bath, where 11 flavors each go to 11. Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
When Visible set out to create the future of phone service, we tossed the stuff that wasn't working and kept the stuff that was working, like Verizon's 4G LTE network. Meet Visible, $40 a month for unlimited everything on Verizon's 4G LTE network. Visible, welcome to the future of phone service.
Thank you.